Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents How Money Works, The Facts Explained by DK and read by Wallace Hamonde. How Money Works. Introduction. Money is the oil that keeps the machinery of our world turning. By giving goods and services an easily measured value, money facilitates the billions of transactions that take place every day. Without it, the industry and trade that form the basis of modern economies would grind to a halt, and the flow of wealth around the world would cease. Money has fulfilled this vital role for thousands of years. Before its invention, people bartered, swapping goods they produced themselves for things they needed from others. Barter is sufficient for simple transactions, but not when the things traded are of differing values or not available at the same time. Money, by contrast, has a recognized uniform value and is widely accepted. At heart, a simple concept, over many thousands of years, it has become very complex indeed. At the start of the modern age, individuals and governments began to establish banks, and other financial institutions were formed. Eventually, ordinary people could deposit their money in a bank account and earn interest, borrow money and buy property, invest their wages in businesses, or start companies themselves. Banks could also insure against the sort of calamities that might devastate families or traders, encouraging risk in the pursuit of profit. Today, it is a nation's government and central bank that control a country's economy. The central bank issues currency, determines how much of it is in circulation, and decides how much interest it will charge banks to borrow its money. While governments still print and guarantee money, in today's world it no longer needs to exist as physical coins or notes, but can be found solely in digital form. This book examines every aspect of how money works, including its history, financial markets and institutions, government finance, profit-making, personal finance, wealth, shares, and pensions. How Money Works offers a clear understanding of what money is all about and how it shapes modern society. Money Basics. The evolution of money. People originally traded surplus commodities with each other in a process known as bartering. The value of each good traded could be debated, however, and money evolved as a practical solution to the complexities of bartering hundreds of different things. Over the centuries, money has appeared in many forms, but whatever guise it takes, whether a physical coin or note, or as a digital currency, money always provides a fixed value against which any item can be compared. The ascent of money. Money has become increasingly complex over time. What began as a means of recording trade exchanges, then appeared in the form of coins and notes, is now primarily digital. Barter, 10,000 to 3000 BCE. In early forms of trading, specific items were exchanged for others agreed by the negotiating parties to be of similar value. Evidence of trade records. From 7000 BCE. Pictures of items were used to record trade exchanges, becoming more complex as values were established and documented. Coinage. 600 BCE to 1100 CE. Defined weights of precious metals used by some merchants were later formalized as coins that were usually issued by states. Banknotes, 1100 to 2000. States began to use banknotes, issuing paper IOUs that were traded as currency and could be exchanged for coins at any time. Digital money, 2000 onwards. Money can now exist virtually, on computers, and large transactions can take place without any physical cash changing hands. Supply and demand. The law of supply and demand explains how the availability of a product, the quantity supplied, and the demand for that product affects its price. When supply is low and demand is high,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?